Welcome to the ultimate survival skills guide you can't ignore. In the next 20 minutes, you'll discover the essential techniques and secrets that experts don't want you to know. Skills that could literally save your life in a crisis. But here's the catch. Most people miss the most important details. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be equipped to handle any survival situation with confidence. Let's start with something simple but crucial. The mindset you need to survive. Survival isn't just about tools or skills, it's about mental toughness and preparation. Imagine being lost in the wild, the sun is setting, and panic starts creeping in. What separates those who survive from those who don't? It's this mindset. In this block, I'll share the top 3 mental strategies that will keep you calm, focused, and ready for action, no matter what. Now that you have the right mindset, let's dive into the foundational survival skills, starting with water. Did you know that humans can survive weeks without food, but only days without water? In this segment, I'll reveal 3 fast and reliable methods to find and purify water in the wild. No fancy equipment needed. And here's a pro tip you won't find in most survival books that will change the way you collect water forever. Moving on, fire, the heart of survival. Fire gives you warmth, safety, and the ability to cook food. But here's the problem. Most people struggle to start a fire under pressure. In this section, I'll show you 3 foolproof ways to build fire from natural materials, plus a secret trick used by survival experts to light a fire, even in the wettest conditions. Next up, shelter. Your shelter protects you from the elements and keeps you safe from wildlife. But building a shelter that works isn't as complicated as you think. I'll walk you through the top 3 shelter types that are fast to build and effective in different environments. Plus, a quick hack that will increase your shelter's insulation dramatically. You'll want to try this the next time you're out in nature. Before we wrap up, we'll cover some essential survival tools you should always carry. This isn't about packing everything. It's about choosing the right items that fit your needs and increase your chances of survival. I'll list my top 5 must-have survival tools and explain exactly why each one is a game changer in emergencies. And finally, stay with me till the very end, because I'll share a bonus strategy that ties all these skills together. The ultimate survival mindset hack that most experts overlook. This will not only improve your survival chances, but also make your preparation smarter and more efficient. If you want to master survival skills and be truly prepared for anything life throws at you, this video is your roadmap. Let's get started. And remember, survival is a skill you can learn and master, one step at a time. Let's dive deep into the first and most important block. The survival mindset. This is where most people fail before they even start. Imagine you're in a survival scenario, lost, tired, maybe injured. The difference between giving up and pushing through is all mental. Survival experts agree your mindset can be your strongest tool or your biggest weakness. Right now, I want you to focus on 3 core mental strategies that will keep you calm and in control, no matter what. First, accept your situation fully. Denial wastes precious energy. When you recognize where you are and what you're facing, you start making real decisions. Don't panic. Instead, break down your environment and options logically. Second, prioritize your actions. Instead of trying to do everything at once, focus on what's most urgent, like finding water or shelter. Breaking your survival goals into small, manageable steps keeps you motivated and reduces overwhelm. Third, cultivate patience and resilience. Survival situations are unpredictable, and frustration can cause poor choices. Keep a long-term mindset. This isn't about quick fixes, but steady, smart progress. Remember, your brain will try to trick you into giving up. Fight that instinct. Replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations like, "I can handle this," or "Every step I take brings me closer to safety. Mental toughness is a skill you build through practice. So if you want to survive, your mindset has to be sharper than any tool you carry. Now that we've laid the foundation with mindset, get ready, because next we'll talk about something even more urgent: finding and purifying water. And I'll share a secret method you probably haven't heard of yet. Stay tuned. Now, let's jump into one of the most critical survival skills: finding and purifying water. You might think water is easy to find, but in reality, it's the number one cause of survival failure when people don't have a reliable source. The human body can only last about 3 days without water, so mastering this skill is absolutely essential. First, let's cover 3 proven methods to find water in the wild without relying on modern gadgets. The easiest way is to look for signs of wildlife. Birds often fly toward water sources in the early morning or late afternoon, and animal tracks usually lead to water. Also, check for low areas or valleys where water tends to collect. Another method is digging for groundwater in dry riverbeds, which can sometimes yield water just below the surface. Next, purifying water is equally important because drinking contaminated water can make you very sick. The simplest way is to boil water over a fire for at least 1 minute, which kills most bacteria and parasites. But what if you don't have the time or fuel for boiling? Here's a pro tip. Use charcoal as a natural filter. By pouring water through a layer of charcoal, you remove many impurities and improve taste. This method combined with boiling is a survival game changer that few people know. Finally, keep in mind that collecting dew early in the morning is a hidden trick to get clean water. Just tie absorbent cloth or leaves around your ankles and walk through grass or bushes. Then wring out the moisture into a container. It's slow but effective in emergencies. Master these water techniques and you'll increase your survival windows dramatically. Coming up next is a survival skill that literally warms you up and can save your life: the art of building fire under any condition. Don't miss it. Now let's move on to building fire. One of the most vital survival skills that gives you warmth, light, protection, and the ability to cook food. But here's the truth: many people fail at starting a fire when they need it most, especially under pressure or in bad weather. In this block, I'll teach you 3 foolproof fire starting methods and reveal a secret trick experts use to ignite flames even when everything seems soaked. The first and most classic method is using a ferrocerium rod, also called a ferro rod. It produces a shower of sparks hot enough to ignite almost any dry tinder. Make sure to carry one with you in your survival kit and practice striking it at home until you can do it confidently under stress. Always prepare your tinder bundle with dry fine materials like dry grass, wood shavings, or even cotton balls soaked in petroleum jelly for an easy ignition. The second method is the bow drill, a primitive but effective way to create friction and generate an ember. It requires some practice and patience, but is incredibly rewarding. Find a dry soft wood for the base and a hardwood spindle, then use the bow to spin the spindle quickly against the base to produce heat, and eventually a glowing ember. Transfer that ember to your tinder and gently blow it into flame. Now, the secret expert trick: when conditions are wet, keep your tinder dry by carrying it in a waterproof container or wrapping it in plastic. Another way is to look for natural fire starters like dry bark inside dead trees, which is often protected from rain. Also, use your ferro rod to target those dry materials. This trick can be a lifesaver when the rain won't stop and everything seems soaked. Master these fire techniques and you'll never be left in the cold or dark. Up next, we'll tackle housekeeping. Building shelter, a skill that keeps you safe and protected from harsh weather and wildlife. Stay with me. Now, let's talk about building shelter, a fundamental survival skill that protects you from harsh weather, insects, and wildlife. Without proper shelter, your chances of survival drop drastically, especially in cold or wet environments. But don't worry, building an effective shelter doesn't have to be complicated or take hours. In this segment, I'll show you the top 3 shelter types you can build quickly using natural materials, plus a simple hack that dramatically improves insulation and comfort. The first shelter type is the Debris Hut Day. It's perfect for cold weather because it traps body heat effectively. Start by finding a sturdy frame, usually a fallen tree branch leaning against a tree or rock. Then pile leaves, grass, and small branches around the frame until it's thick, enough to block wind and retain warmth. The key here is layering. The thicker the debris, the better the insulation. Make sure to leave a small entrance and a sleeping area inside that's dry and comfortable. The second option is the lean-to shelter. Great for moderate weather and quick setups. Use a long, sturdy branch as the main ridgepole, prop it up at an angle against a tree or rock, then lean smaller branches and sticks against it to create a sloped roof. Cover the frame with leaves or pine boughs to waterproof it. This shelter blocks wind and rain while allowing ventilation. Third, the Mixtect Bait from our I-frame shelter. Combines the benefits of both designs. Build 2 leaning walls that meet at the top, forming an A shape, then cover the sides with foliage or debris. It sheds rain well and provides good space inside. Here's the insulation hack. Use dry moss or evergreen boughs to create a thick sleeping pad inside your shelter. This layer keeps you off cold ground and adds warmth, which can be the difference between a cold night and a safe, restful one. Once you master shelter building, you'll dramatically increase your comfort and chances of survival in the wild. Next, we'll explore the must-have survival tools that every prepper should carry. Don't go anywhere. Now that you understand how to build a reliable shelter, let's talk about the essential survival tools you should always carry. Having the right tools can make the difference between a manageable situation and a full-blown crisis. But it's not about packing everything you can find. It's about selecting a few versatile, reliable items that maximize your chances of survival while keeping your load light. First on the list is a high-quality folding knife or multi-tool. Nioas. This tool is your all-in-one weapon, cutter, fire starter, and even a cooking aid. A sharp blade can help you prepare food, build shelter, and defend yourself if needed. A multi-tool adds other handy features like pliers, screwdrivers, and scissors, which can solve unexpected problems on the spot. Second, a compact flashlight or a headlamp is crucial for navigating and working in the dark. Choose one with adjustable brightness and a long battery life. Some models even include strobe modes for signaling rescuers. Third, always carry a reliable fire starter, whether it's waterproof matches, a ferro rod, or a magnesium block. As you've seen, fire is vital, and having a backup method ensures you won't be left in the cold. Fourth, a small Meha's first aid kit can treat minor injuries before they become severe. Include items like bandages, antiseptic wipes, and pain relievers. Knowing basic first aid is just as important as having the supplies. Finally, consider a compact water filter or purification tablets. While we covered natural water finding methods, having a quick way to purify water is safer and faster. Some portable filters remove bacteria and protozoa instantly, letting you drink with confidence. Carrying these 5 items will prepare you for most survival situations without weighing you down. In the next and final block, I'll share a powerful bonus strategy, a survival mindset hack that ties everything together and makes all your skills more effective. Keep watching. Before we wrap up, here's a powerful bonus survival mindset hack that can change the way you face every challenge out there. It's called the Shifradar Porus, Control the Controllables strategy, and it's what separates survivors from victims. When you're in a survival scenario, There's always a flood of thoughts about everything that could go wrong: bad weather, wild animals, injuries, or running out of supplies. This overwhelm can paralyze you. Control the controllables. Mindset focuses your energy only on what you can actually change or influence in the moment. You might not be able to stop the rain, but you can build a better shelter or gather dry tinder to keep your fire going. You can't change that injury instantly, but you can clean and bandage it to prevent infection. Instead of worrying about everything at once, break your situation into smaller, actionable pieces and tackle one at a time. This mindset reduces stress and sharpens your focus, improving decision-making and boosting your confidence. Every survival skill you learn today becomes more powerful when combined with this approach. Remember, survival is not about doing everything perfectly, but about doing the right things consistently. So, next time you're in a tough spot, take a deep breath, look around, and ask yourself, what can I control right now? That question alone can turn panic into action and fear into progress. Thanks for sticking with me through these survival essentials. If you want to go deeper, check the links below for detailed tutorials and gear recommendations. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a survival tip that could save your life. Stay prepared, stay safe. If you made it this far, one thing is certain: you've just expanded your survival knowledge. Every skill, every mindset shift, every small tactic could make all the difference when you're out there facing the unknown. Now, if you're someone with experience, someone who's already spent time in the wild or lived through tough situations, we'd love to learn from you. Drop a tip or a piece of advice in the comments. Your experience could save someone's life. And for those who want to take it even further, I've selected the essential survival items every prepper, camper, or adventurer should carry at all times. These were mentioned throughout the video. Now you'll get to see them in detail. Let's dive into the core gear